mutate on such a level that they call it AIDS. It's not AIDS, it's just the virus is mutated in such a way that it has, impaired the immune system.
The crazy construct in the beginning, the original definition of AIDS doesn't have any resemblance to the current definition of AIDS.
That's not an epidemic. The number of cases reported went up epidemically, exponentially, because the number of tests that was done went up exponentially.
It follows a long-standing tradition of basically dumping our abandoned drugs onto the third world.
It's really society that's killing these people in general, and modern medicine that's killing them in particular.
I believe I'm alive after 20 years of being HIV positive because I didn't take AZT or any anti-AIDS drug.
As long as AZT remains on the market, we continue to be betrayed.
I think there is a severe crisis in science as a whole, and in medical sciences in particular. They don't question anything.
The entire AIDS establishment is absolutely guilty of some hideous sins, and everybody's been fooled. That's hard to believe. See, I was like, no, it can't be.
I would say we have acquired information deficiency syndrome or a scandal.
We maintain that HIV is a big mistake, possibly one of the biggest mistakes of the 20th century.
How is this virus causing AIDS? How is it causing the depletion of immune cells when you can't even find it?
Nobody has ever seen HIV. We have seen diagrams of HIV. We've seen posters, all of those with drawings of HIV. But this is only theoretical, the way that it ought to be.
When two different parties look at the same data and come to different conclusions, it's no longer scientific.
Actually, AIDS is a religion of these people. They believe in this virus.
There is so much money being pumped into AIDS that people have no incentive whatsoever to see the truth.
Maintaining this industry, maintaining this whole idea that there's this epidemic pending and that HIV causes AIDS is a major public relations process in the United States.
If a hypothesis fails to produce results, that we have to reconsider that hypothesis.
One of the leading critics of the war on AIDS is Professor Stefan Lanka, a German biologist and virologist who questions the isolation of HIV and many contradictions and lack of proper scientific reasoning behind the HIV theory, including the wrong form of treatment for a person with AIDS.
The background of AIDS, and we are absolutely sure about this, is the antibiotic resistance catastrophe, killing people in hospitals like flies, because there are no antibiotics available without resistance in some bacteria. So in a state of immune suppression in the hospital, a lot of people come down with bacterial infections. This is called sepsis because of blood poisoning. When too much bacteria are growing and producing toxins, this is going to kill them in a state of reduced immunity. And we had these problems already in the beginning of the 70s. There have been kind of emergency conferences dealing with the problem because they were scared that resistance would spread and they have no antibiotica available. So they invented a very strong antibioticum, and it's not an antibioticum to say it's pure chemotherapy. It's a double folic acid antagonist. The good old sulfonamide, and two of them put together, would kill every microbe. But the problem is they were scared that in the gay scene, new resistance would develop and spread into the population.
I mean, before...
So, but if they destroy your immune system by giving you antibiotics, they really giving you AIDS, which is just acquired immune deficiency. Right. It's not a virus. Right. It's just they wiped out your damn immune system. Right. And they'll say, well, maybe you got it because you had the virus and we didn't detect it. They really destroyed it when they destroyed the friendly bacteria in your system and they mutated the virus within your body. So a lot of times it's good to use nutritional and dietary supplements to deal with the situations that people are going through, because that builds the immune system without necessarily destroying the body. Now, it may take longer. It might take longer for some garlic or some golden seals or some echinacea to heal your body. But in the long run, it's going to do less negative effect. See, we want the quick fix solution.
Organic.
Give me some antibiotics real quick. But that's not helping the immune system function at its highest level. Now, what diseases do is challenge the immune system. Diseases represent some type of latent weakness in your immune system. So every now and then you need a disease. You need a virus, or you need an infection to challenge your immune system to function and operate on the highest level. So sometimes you have to keep those diseases and viruses long enough to let your body's natural immune system kick into place. But if you go and run and get them antibiotics, and it's like you're on a walker. You're not learning how to walk. Like if we're dealing with our senior citizen community. A lot of them, if they could have just kept moving, they would have been fine. And they would have had mobility for a longer period of time.
At what stage do the monks leave the temple?
Well, they can leave the temple any time they like, but to leave as a Shaolin master, you've got to actually defeat your masters in a mock battle. Only then can you leave the temple as a Shaolin master.
How, in fact, do you defeat your master in a mock battle? Is it judged by the other monks and masters?
It's pretty much a real battle. I mean, the mock battle that's showed in the Shaolin at the moment is just a mock battle, but in reality, that is quite a serious battle.
This is more what you term child kung fu?
Yes, more child kung fu. 78 years old.
And showing great flexibility. Not many men in the prime of life who can do this.
No, I don't think they can. Perfect balance there.
Do they socialise outside? Obviously on the tour, here they come into contact with other people, but in their general life around Shaolin, are they internally inside the monastery the whole time?
Yes, they are, and I think this tour is going to be the first time that they've actually been outside of China and mixed with Western cultures. So it'll be interesting to see how they feel about it.
A lot of them, if they could have just kept moving, they would have been fine. They would have had mobility for a longer period of time. But the hospital is ready to put them in wheelchairs and make them bedridden and give them these little cars that they can ride around on. You know, by giving them money and paying for them, funding them to get these little motor cars. So it's forcing them to become, you know, less human, less mobile. It's forcing them to become invalids and supporting them becoming invalids, because that's less people that it has to worry about being part of the revolution. If we got you in a wheelchair, you straight, we ain't got to worry about you. We'll push the wheelchair off. We got to hear nothing you got to say. So the hospital and the society is moving people further towards dependency. It's moving them towards dependency. So we need to get more towards interdependency within our own community and independence within our own selves to become stronger individuals, to play real serious collective roles within the community. So I say look into the garlic extract that we have. Our garlic extract is very pure. All you need is like 1 teaspoon, tablespoon. It's good for cardiovascular issues. It gets your cardiovascular system going. It's good for the heart. It lowers your blood pressure when you mix it with cayenne. Lowers the cholesterol. Helps get the arteries that's clogged up. Takes that out, unclogs the arteries. So many different powers that the garlic has. And I was even reading, which I will post on my MySpace page, because it's free, at www.myspace.com/King Noble Divine, is that they have even used garlic to treat dementia, to treat Alzheimer's disease. It's a brain tonic. When you take the garlic extract that we have, you will feel that stuff go straight to your brain, and you'll feel like a burning sensation in your brain, because it's getting into all those aspects of your brain. So it's causing more cerebral activity. in your brain. So it's good for dementia, Alzheimer's, and schizophrenia.